Hello, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just thought I would invite y'all in today so I can give you some tips on how you can save money on your small business. Especially when it comes around like your packaging, your marketing information and things of that nature. Those things can definitely be expensive. So I just wanted to give you some tips and tricks on some of the things that I do in my business that saves money. So for the first thing that I wanted to talk about is your packaging when it comes to your boxes. So what I do here is I have this plain white box that I get from uline.com. It is a 3.5 by 3.5 box. Typically what comes inside the box is, the cotton type insert. I'm not quite for sure how much those are, but I mean, it doesn't give you a lot of personability to that box when you go to ship it out to your customers. You can get it. I'm sure it may be an extra cost. I'm not quite for sure how much extra it is, but this is just a tip and a trick that you can use to save money and customize your box. What I do is I get some cardstock from Michael's. I believe this is where this is, and this kind of in line with my color scheme. It's a rose gold cardstock. I think it's a heavier weight, but the packaging, of course, with a coupon, you can get it for 50% off. So I may have spent $10 for 100 of these, and then I create my own stickers. I do have a Cricut that I use to cut my stickers with, which saves saves time. But if you don't, you can always, hand cut them, or you can get paper punchers. Like I have this circle puncher here. And of course, you can print them out in this user circle punch and punch them out. So if you don't want to invest in a Cricut, you can definitely get something like this. And this was probably like $20 itself, maybe a little less with a coupon, of course, for one of your local craft stores. And this will save you some money as well. It won't save you so much time, but it definitely will save you money. I would suggest if you can, go ahead and make the investment to get a Cricut. Especially now that they're transitioning from one of their older models to the newer models, especially on the Maker 3, it will be beneficial because you're taking advantage, of getting expensive item for a little bit cheaper, even though, they're coming out with the newer models, or you can just get a newer model. The second, back to what I was saying. You can print your stickers. I use what is called online labels that I get from Amazon. It comes in 100. It comes to 100 sticker labels to a pack. I think it's about $18 to $20 for that pack. But of course, you can print out substantial amount of, especially these size stickers. So what I do is I create a sheet. It does print from your standard computer, which is this printer, or your standard printer, which is this printer right here, which is the 8P HP inkjet printer. I don't know the specifics behind it, but you can print up to, like, depending on the size stickers that you use, these I think allowed me to do maybe 9, maybe 10 and on the sheet. And of course, you can make them smaller, you can make them bigger. The bigger you make the stickers, the less is going to fit on the sheet, because of course with Cricut it only prints on a 6 by 9 square, so you would have to put everything inside of there. But of course, this is something easy. You can design it how you wish, and you have it on demand. So that's one of the things. And of course, once I do it, I cut my squares, and I just have these squares too. I don't know where I set them, but I cut my squares. Oh, heavens. Anywho, I cut my squares. Here we go. I cut my squares, just a little bigger than the box, so I can be able to score to make a box, to be able to put it in. I cut down the sides of it, and I can show you. So I cut down the sides just so I'm able to put, my boxes to put my item or whatever it is. If you sell earrings, you don't have to get this size box. Of course, you can get smaller boxes, bigger boxes, or whatever. And if you just want to put the insert in and do it that way, that's, fine as well. It takes you less time. But of course, you want to be able to brand your business. So definitely, you can do it that way. Get you some cardstock. It doesn't even have to be this type of cardstock. Walmart does sell cardstock for like $9 or something like that. $6 to $9 for 100 of them. It's the heavier cardstock. It's just plain white. You can use that with your sticker or, you know, whatever it is. And it does the job as well. I had these on hand, so of course I wanted to use them. I forget what I had initially purchased them for, but I have them, so I used them. The next thing is just regular stickers. Here. So here, I don't know what. Here's the regular stickers that I have purchased. I printed and then I foil to go into, you know, to close in my bags, or like on the end of the box if I wanted to, you know, to close it up, I could put this sticker on each side or whatever it is. And it has my branding information on here. So of course you can use your standard printer, cut it out. I use my Cricut, and at the time I use a different app on my phone, but now Cricut does overlay, or is it overlay? It's whatever it is called. It's where it creates like a shadow around it. So offset is what it's called on Cricut. So it offsets it. So now it creates like a bubble in it, and it cuts out that whole thing. Anywho, I went ahead and foiled it, cut it on my Cricut, and then I have these. And as you can see, I have a few left, and I've actually printed a couple of these. The next thing that you can use that is not necessarily Cricut related is your tissue paper. We like to buy that crinkle paper in the store or whatever it is, but what you can use is just regular tissue paper. Since you're using tissue paper to package a lot of your items anyway, what you can do is get some tissue paper and shred it up. So you can get a shredder, and then you have tissue paper, and then of course you just crunch it up like this, ball it up, however. Do it however you want to do, because it's crinkly. It's supposed to be crinkly. And then take it, and now you have crinkle paper that you could put inside of your, you know, your product. Or not your product, but your packaging. And you have the option to do that as well. And that'll save you, you know, a couple of dollars as well on crinkle paper, because ultimately crinkle paper is not cheap. And you're pretty much doing that, that's what they're doing anyway, except for, you know, it may be a little thicker, but it's going eventually in the trash. Not too many people are going to save that. The next thing that I do to save money, on, you know, especially when starting out with your business, and bags, if you have a pop-up shop or if you have actual storefront, you can use the Cricut to print out your bag stickers. So for here, I printed out, you know, a couple of stickers here that I have that I'm going to put on some bags. And I purchased my bags from Uline, again, on Uline.com. And it comes in, I forget how many, because I have several size bags. But I printed out this, and then I put the stickers right on my bags. And you can do both sides. I tend to just do one side. You know, it is what it is. But I use the matte paper. Of course, I don't use glossy, but if you have a glossy bag, you can use the glossy paper. It's going to take a little longer for you to do, just because of the fact that the ink takes a little longer to dry, so you won't be able to handle it as quickly. But, I mean, it's totally up to you what you want to do. I personally use the matte bag, so I use the matte sticker paper. It's a little, you know, color difference with the paper. Is a little whiter than the bag, but, you know, hey, who cares? And it kind of gives it like that offset effect to where it kind of, it's still nice, and it's, you know, it's showing your brand or whatever thing. So, you know, that's one thing. Or you can spend the money and actually have bags printed. But, I mean, I'm not about to do that, especially for somebody to take it and they literally throw it in the trash, and I feel like I'm throwing away my money. And this is something extra. I have, you know, created it myself, so it's a little bit more mental for me. Then I also do my customized, what are these things called? Sunglass case bags or whatever. I get the heat press vinyl and the rose gold. And of course, I cut out, you know, some smaller ones, read it out. And then I have a young lady who comes and helps out at the store. My niece, she comes in and she irons them on for me. It takes her probably about 10 minutes to do however many that I want her to do for that time period. I try not to do a whole lot of them, you know, but because then it's just extra stuff in areas. So if I want her to do the whole 100, I have her do the whole 100. I put what I don't need up in the back in the storage, and then I keep what I want in the, you know, front. Also, the next thing you can use to customize and kind of save money is your tissue paper. You can get a stamp from I forget what the name of the stamp company that I use, and I'm not really particularly fond of this stamp. But you can order a stamp, and you can get your black ink or whatever color ink that you would like and use it to stamp it. Now, what I would recommend on this in particular stamp is to get you a clear stamp. That way you can purchase the, it's a stamp board that you can either close down on it or the one that pushes down on it. And that way you have a little bit more range and you can see where your stamps is actually stamping. This is time consuming, but it definitely will save you a lot of money, and it's a good way to customize your bag prior to sending it out for your customers. Moving on along, a lot of us like to send out customized notes and messages to our customers when they place orders online. You can always purchase, you know, just some stock cardstock or sample cardstock or stock cardstock, or just, you know, thank you notes out of your local retail store, Amazon sells them or whatever. But if you wanted to customize it to make it fit your brand, you can make yours. Now, as you've seen that on mine, I have the lip logo in my logo, and I wanted to, you know, to personalize it to make it fit my brand. So what I did is I created lips, and this is my actual lip from my logo, and it's on cardstock. It's a heavyweight cardstock, and of course it's just something that I do, and I write a note thanking them for purchasing my business, or purchasing from our business, and I send it out with the cards. With that same cardstock that I use to make the backing of it, I use my 6x6 envelopes, and then I can put my card in there. And there you go. So you're kind of getting a 2 for 1. One envelope will make, one sheet of paper will make your envelope, and if they're getting a box, you can make the insert for your box. And of course, you can do this even if you don't have like a logo like this. You could do it with the name. I have lettering that I do here. So I have a lettering, and it has her name on it. This one's for my mom. It says Maxine down the side. So you could do it like that as well. Here's one that I did for myself, and it has my name, of course, on it. So you could do something similar to that, and then write out the note. These are actually bookmarks that I made, but it's the same thing. My daughter has a business that is Rose Bella Rose, whimsical design. So on her logo, she has the rose. So I got the rose for her, and then of course she could write her personalized message on the front or back of it. And then of course this is mine, but of course I made them into bookmarks for now. The next thing that we can the next thing that is something that you can use to save money is on your poly mailers. You can always order your poly mailers online from Amazon.com in bulk with 100 or more, or you can find another retailer who can do it for you. What is more costly is actually having them customized. What you can do with your Cricut machine is to customize your poly mailers. What I did is, and I did it, I went ahead and cut out some permanent vinyl, and I went ahead and put it on my bag, and it looks professional. I actually did it. It's a little boo-boo on here because I actually, you know, folded it, but I left the fold in there real precise, so it kind of stayed on there. But you can customize your poly mailers with your information on there. I purchased these poly mailers as well as maybe, I don't even know how many feet, to be honest with you. It was like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 feet of permanent vinyl from Amazon. I might have paid maybe $20 at the most, even though it wasn't for this initial project. The initial investment was allowed me to be able to do this project. So you can always use it for this. I also purchased my clothing bags, my cellophane bags here, and then I did the same thing here. Put the logo here, the website here. You could do it either way you want to. You could customize it how you would, but you could save money. These bags, I may have spent $80 with the shipping, and I got about 4 or 5 boxes of these bags. Now, I don't remember how many come in the box, but of course, it was cheaper than me sending it out and having them do the work for me. And of course, you can have the Cricut cut out as many as you need to. You can get a 12 by 24 mat, and it can cut out as many as it's gonna fit on there, and that way you always have it on hand. So when you get ready to go do an order, you can either go ahead and place it on the bag all at once, or you can do it as you get orders. I think that was it on all the tips that I had. I had so many of them, and I wanted to get it done within the 15 minutes. I wanted to actually make this video shorter. I recorded it earlier, and it just got a little too long. So we're just about a little over 15 minutes. So I think that is a wrap up. I can't think of anything else that I wanted to show you all, but I did want to share those tips with you all. Hopefully that helps with you in your business journey. You all have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.